Everybody, welcome to Trading Capital's exclusive analysis. In today's video, we're discussing Bitcoin. So Bitcoin has been going through a little bit of a choppy phase, a downward sell side pressure phase here, really since we put in that high pivot in March of 14, so the middle of March. And it's just been a few downtrending sessions. Now, really what we're seeing here is Bitcoin trying to recapture the yellow moving average. That is your 7-day moving average, your short-term trend. So it's been clear that we have broken and actually had 3 daily confirmed candles below it. As of this huge bullish reversal candle yesterday on the back of a dovish Fed, FOMC Jerome Powell came out dovish and caused the risk assets to absolutely rally, dollar to crater. Bitcoin absolutely had a mega reversal to the upside, got a daily close above the 7, and then today you actually got rejected on the daily chart, closing back below the 7-day. Now the big question is, can the bulls push it back up through the 7-day moving average here? That's what I'm watching. If you look at the 4-hour chart, basically what I'm observing is two scenarios. I'm going to give you the bullish scenario and I'm going to give you the bearish scenario. For the bulls, listen up. This is potentially developing a little bit of a bullish neckline. I'm actually going to use this key trend line here. This is developing a potential neckline of an inverted head and shoulders. Okay. Here you have your left shoulder. Here you have your head. And here you could be in the formation of starting your right shoulder. And if you break that neckline, then you have a decent potential to make another leg higher, roughly about a 12% rally, pushing for new highs. That roughly puts you at about 75, 76K on the chart. So obviously this pattern hasn't triggered. That's the bullish upside that we need to watch for. Now let's take a look at the bearish. So as on this 4-hour chart, what not a lot of people are looking at is you actually had a bearish breakdown through this key area. You can draw it from this trend line. You had a bearish breakdown if you do that. But really the big area is if you actually take this pivot, extend this channel of resistance out, and you can see this was your little neckline. You actually have a head and shoulders on the 4-hour chart that has actually triggered. And you got a big breakdown here, confirm the break, a retest of that neckline, got a close below, but then you got rejected and never confirmed above it. And now you could be also forming a little bit of bearish consolidation to move it lower. So there's two patterns, right? You have to look at both angles and be ready, right? As of now, you have to lean a little bit more bearish at this area. It doesn't necessarily mean it's an outright short, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's an outright long. So if you trigger the neckline, that's where you can make a continuation move to about 75,000. But if you get rejected off of this area and you keep getting rejected off of this neckline, it likely means that Bitcoin could actually see another downward move all the way back down to about 54, 55,000. Now, what's really intriguing about this Bitcoin 4-hour chart, let's actually go to the weekly chart. I'm going to erase all these lines. Now, I do have a bias based off of other intermarket analysis, but basically, if we flip back to the daily chart and we actually go to the weekly time frame, Bitcoin's still into this beautiful parallel, the exact center point of this channel. This is a parallel channel, pivot to pivot to pivot to pivot. It's the exact center point of this channel. Perfect resistance level that Bitcoin's lying at right now. And it's also into this mega double top. We still have not had a close above that on a weekly basis, right? And a confirmed close. We've actually been rejected the last couple of weeks. So until we get that definitive break, if we keep getting rejected here, you could have a move down to about 50K. But obviously, once you start getting those weekly closes above that previous all-time high, then it does open up the odds to move to about 87, 85,000 between that range, basically the high of this range. I do think Bitcoin will head to the high of this range, but personally speaking, I think it's going to be only after the halving. I don't think Bitcoin is going to hit 85K before the halving. That's just me personally speaking. Could be wrong, but that's just me personally speaking. Now, I don't think it's going to outright collapse. It still could do a lot of consolidation, backing and filling. 10 to 20% swings on Bitcoin are really nothing in the grand scheme of things, but you definitely have to be ready for the volatility. On that note, thank you for watching this video. If you found it useful and you're looking for more insights as to how I'm trading it, you can definitely check out tradingcapital.ca.